Welcome back to another episode of the PokeStop Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Zach Prod, joined by my wonderful co-host, Thad Wind. Thad, how are you doing this week?
Dandy, just living the dream, preparing for not Pittsburgh. So
Preparing for not Pittsburgh.
that's fun.
So you're going to Monterey? Or like,
Nope.
oh, so no regionals at all.
No regionals.
This whole job thing is really getting in the way of you becoming the greatest Pokemon player of all time. So I just want you to know that. That's fine if you don't want to be good.
Gonna have to make money on this somehow.
Yep.
Gotta make money on this.
I think you got to post on Twitter more. You got to become like the spawn of like Austin Charles and Pokeduels all into one.
Ooh, let's make it even better. Austin Charles, Pokeduels, Crashy.
Oh boy. Okay. That's where we're at. Okay. Yep. Heard. Thad, I don't know if you know this, but I went to a League Cup this past weekend.
Yeah, I heard you're a reigning champion from said store.
You never know. Someone's got to win. Why not me, Thad? Why not me? I beat. I did. I dropped. I think one game the entire day, and it was ironically in finals to my easiest matchup my entire day. It was. I was playing Bolt, which I know is super shocking to everyone who listens to the podcast. In top 8, I played Charizard, Dusknoir, Pidgeot, and fun fact, Judge is really good under Charizard.
Judge breaks Charizard, yeah.
Who would have known? Yeah, it's literally just like take away the Pidgey, Judge. Watch them go, because it's just like a deck that's like very inconsistent on its own, and like it needs the help of like Fez, Pidgeot, and they're not dropping Fez turn 1. Like they're not doing that. That's just you're asking to lose, because then I just kill the Fez.
Zard losing the Rotom V for Sealstone combo,
for sure. Yeah, you can't Arvin for Nest Ball Sealstone. Like it was so good for them.
Yeah, I mean they could always guarantee their setup.
Yeah, for sure. And then in top 4, I hit probably the worst matchup humanly possible. Conkeldurr with the new Dunsparce, not the new Dunsparce, but with the runaway draw Dunsparce and Enriching Energy, which for those who are unfamiliar with Enriching Energy, it is an A spec. It provides a single colorless energy, but when you play this card to attach it, when you attach it to one of your Pokemon, you draw 4 cards. So like they just rinse and repeat the enriching with the Dunsparce. And Conkeldurr, if it's affected by a special condition, so they run like the whole poison package with a group on it, it attacks for free. And it does 260 damage. Which is pretty good numbers.
It's pretty good.
Super fun, really cool, really exciting. But I ended up 2-0ing Conkeldurr, which is like literally insane. Like that should never happen.
That should
winning
never happen.
one game, let alone 2, is insane. Yeah, I literally just like game 1. I turned like you have to turn the box like the deck into Ancient Box. Like it's just bad Ancient Box at that point. And you just have to like one prize, save your stretchers for Baby Bolts and Slither Wings, and like you gust to take out Dunsparces or Pidgeys, and just hopefully you can just like somehow pull enough things out of your ass entirely to like find a way to win. I
just think that the Dunsparce engine's a joke.
I think it's really good in that deck. I think the Dunsparce engine's only good in a deck that doesn't need to attach energy for attacks. Like, I think Dunsparce by itself is not good, but when you combo with something like Enriching Energy, I think then it becomes really good.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just because, like, you're drawing 10 cards a turn off of, like, Enriching and 2 Dunsparce, which is pretty easy to do.
Feels good.
Yeah, I mean, drawing 10 cards is absurd. Off a deck that is not running 2 prizers, for the most part. I think it plays, like, 1 Pidgeot. Which is like, I honestly don't even like using it if I'm playing that deck, but I would also never play that deck. But then I did play a local playing Bolt, but he was playing the like not Owl Bolt. I call it the bad Bolt. I'm gonna be honest, like I think people are just like trying to find a way to like not have to play owls, but like grab 2 trainer cards is pretty good. Like I'm just gonna be honest, like you tell me I can grab 2 of anything. Okay.
Traditionally, that effect has always been broken in some capacity.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't play back then, but like the Shady Dealings and Teleon engine stuff. Like,
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's so good.
It broken, dude. Just broken effect. Well, really, it'd be 3 because you get to Drizzile, then Inteleon.
Yeah, and plus you had Scoop Up Net too, so like, that's crazy.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's honestly just wild. Man, what a crazy time to be alive.
I love it. So you won a cup?
Yeah, so we won the cup. That we took home the W. But it was really good. It was nice to like finally like win a cup. I had gone like a few weeks without winning a cup, which for most people I feel like is like an insane thing to hear. But like I go to a lot of cups. I've actually attended 10 league cups since the season started. What was that? 8 weeks ago?
It's so insane.
What was it? It was July 1st, right?
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks and 2 days. I am attending more than 1 league cup a week. And you're over here like, I've gone to 1.
I've been to 2.
Oh, that's true. And you top 4'd both of them. Or you got top cut in both of them.
Yeah, I made top cut
Wow.
in both. I top 4'd
So
one
good.
of them.
Can you coach me? Can you make me good at the game?
Well, actually, no. The other
You got
the
top
one
8
was
and
just
top 4.
Yeah. But the other one was just
But
a cut to 4.
Back-to-back
So.
top cuts, though. Not a bad day.
I don't.
What deck? What did you play to those cups? I forget.
The best deck in format.
Oh, Guardy. Okay.
Not yet. No.
Oh, what's the best deck in format? Goldango?
Right now it's probably Bolt. Probably a little bit of Bolt.
I think Bolt is like, and I don't know. It's weird because like I feel like I'm always like saying Bolt's the best deck ever, but like I think right now the deck, if you build it the correct way, just doesn't have bad matchups that aren't named Gardevoir.
I just don't think people believe it coming from you.
Yeah, I think it's just like I don't know. It's like it's the trainer who cried Bolt, right? Like I've just been saying it for the better part of the entire existence of this podcast. Like I've never not felt Bolt was like a good play. And like to be honest, it mostly has been a good play. Like
I mean the nice thing is at worst you're probably just taking you're normally just taking 50-50s into most of the field.
Yeah. For sure. I think the only format I think Bolt wasn't good in was like Prismatic. And I also had no events to go to that format, so I didn't even think about it. Like I literally just didn't play the game.
Prismatic was not that bad.
It wasn't bad. I think early in Prismatic it seemed really bad just because that was like right when Budu came out and like everyone was like, we were just slamming Budu and everything. Like I remember people were playing like Lugia V-Star, your baby, with like Budu.
Oh yeah.
Just because you had Budu. Like it wasn't because it was good. It was because you can. Which is crazy.
Yeah, I guess early on it made sense, but like man.
I think after like a week we were just like, yeah, this isn't very good.
I mean, after a week, everyone was like, "Oh, so Budu's only good in like these 2 things." Got it.
Yeah, literally. But Thad, I want to transition to some new stuff. We have the first results from the city leagues over in Japan, and I think these are always like a good. Like I don't like to use them as like this deck is broken and everyone's gonna have to play it now, but I like it to see like are the new archetypes performing well. And for the most part, I'm going to say no. Like, I think Mega Guardy is kind of like showing out, but like, I'm not seeing any Kangaskhan. I'm not seeing any Venusaur. The only deck we're really seeing is the Mega Lucario, which isn't surprising just because with how much fighting support there was in this set. So we actually have a list here from one of the events here. It plays the new Riolu, one of the Lucario from Scarlet and Violet base with the Avenging Knuckle attack. If one of your fighting Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's last turn, this attack is 30 plus 120. Really good. So like hitting 300 on a one prizer with fighting weakness, pretty good.
It turns out it's good.
Yeah. 2 of the Mega Lucario EX, which I think makes sense, right? A 3-1-2 split.
Yeah.
A 3-2 line of the new Hariyama, which is when you evolve, you can gust your opponent, which is really strong. And then a 2-2 of the new Lunatone and Soul Rock engine. Lunatone, you can, as long as Soul Rock is in play, you can discard a fighting and draw, what is it, 2 cards?
3
cards. So that's really good. In a deck that doesn't really have a ton of onboard draw. Like this list didn't play Fez. I feel like I would play Fez.
Yeah, there's a list that did play Fez.
Okay.
Which I felt was correct.
Yeah, I think Fez
Somewhere
just
in
makes sense, right? Like just having that draw for like,
I mean, you're not.
yeah, it's a 2 price liability, but like Fez is objective, like probably like the best Pokemon in the game right now.
And you're not really pressed for like bench spots either.
Yeah, like you need like a 1/1 on the Soul Rock Lunatone, probably 2 in like a Lucario and then a Riolu for the next turn.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 Makuhita, so you have the open bench spot.
Yeah, you should always have at least 1 open bench spot.
Yeah, for sure. But on the trainer side, it plays some new technology. We have Lily's Determination, which says shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 6 cards. If you have 6 prize cards remaining, draw 8 cards instead. I think, and I've been like seeing a lot of people talk about like how broken this card is, and as someone who doesn't usually agree with this card's broken, this card's freaking broken. Holy, like,
yeah, dude, it's.
Oh my god.
I think it's insane. I think that anybody who's
it's so good. Like,
okay, I just think anyone's fooling themselves thinking that it's not like an absolutely must-have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's too
so
good.
It's so good. Like, it's insane. This list also played 4 of the Fight Gong, which are just an item card that says search your deck for a basic fighting Pokemon and basic fighting energy card. Put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Super good for your consistency. And then 4 of the Premium Power Pros, which I think you were saying earlier, we should call this Powerade, and I think that's 100% accurate.
Oh, yeah, it is just Powerade, bro.
It just looks like Powerade. But it is no ends PP up. But this is going to be really good, I think, in a lot of different things, especially in GLC. During this turn, your fighting Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active. Super strong. Obviously, comboing those with your Mega Lucario. So a 270 can start hitting into those 300s, you know, when we're going to start having, you know, another Lucario at 340, Mega Guardi at 360. In the next set, we got the new in the Phantasmal Flames, we got the new Charizard with, what is it, 380?
380 or 360, one of the two.
Yeah, you know, so like going up, you know, having to hit 350 and above, becoming kind of like a new norm, is kind of crazy. So that'll be something we'll have to look at. It plays Max Belt for the A spec, which I think is correct. Plays the EXP share, which I also think is good, because then you can just like, it helps you chain your attackers a lot better. 2 Artisan for consistency, a town store which makes sense. I think Town Store is really good in this. Just because you do play 2 air balloon, they're playing 1 max belt, 1 exp share. So like just being able to like grab that one tool you need that turn is really strong. And then they also play a gravity mountain to just soften some of those big stage 2 guys, which makes sense. Also from that like perspective. And then on the energy count, just 9 fighting and 1 reversal, which is I'm gonna be honest, I kind of like that.
Yeah,
What are your
I think
thoughts?
that's a good energy lineup for sure.
Yeah. What do you think about the reversal in like a Mega Lucario deck?
I think it's 100% necessary just to be able to like retain your basic energies in play and just have to slap that one card down to start attacking with either the baby Lucario or the Hariyama. And the Hariyama is just, I think, really underrated as an attacker.
Yeah, I think the Hariyama, 3 fighting for 210, and then it does 70 to itself, which you're fine with. Right? It's it's the same argument we have for like Slitherwing. Like you're fine with almost knocking yourself out because if you're using that attack, you're taking 2 prizes, and they're not going to take 2 prizes unless they gust.
No.
So like you're fine with it. Yeah, 100%. I feel like I say this every set. There's like this one deck that almost pulls me off Bolt. This could be one of those decks. Like the Goldango from like Black Bolt, White Flare when we got the new Genesect EX. I could honestly see this deck being really good. Which I think the one issue this deck will have is Guardy. Because you're weak to Psychic. And like
a
Drifloon with 6 energy. So what is that? With 6 damage counters knocks you out. So they need 3 energy. Seems bad.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
But I feel like every deck has like the one matchup you just don't win. Right? And I think in a lot of formats, you're fine with that being Guardy. Because I think Guardy is like a deck that's always really good, but not a heavy percentage play. At least in like a day 1 meta compared to like a day 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm like bulk hoping, but that's just my thought.
I don't think so. Not this time.
Wow. It's the first time for everything. Another archetype we're seeing, kind of not a new archetype by any means, but definitely something that is kind of a deck that like I thought post rotation would have a lot more staying power and would kind of be like maybe it's one of like those like situationally in a meta like the best turbo deck is Cerulege EX, which kind of like never really popped off. It just kind of like showed up in Surging Sparks and we were like, yo, this could be really good. And then everyone tested it and was like, yo, this is not really good. Maybe we slide that boy back in the binder.
Yeah, and the problem with the deck is just energy acceleration, right? Like you just don't have like
you don't have a way to get enough energy in the discard really quickly. Which maybe you do now.
Well, I mean, like when I say energy acceleration, like you can't power up any other attacker other than your Cerulege.
Yeah, you are incredibly one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a wall deck, like a singular like melodic, and you absolutely just sign the slip.
Fold.
Yeah. Why hasn't this deck ever run Bear? Like, I don't know.
You don't play enough like options to get rid of it if you start it.
That's fair. I don't know. I do like that this deck runs Briar. I think that's like a really cool thing for Cerulege, just to be able to like 3 prize turn stuff.
It's probably the best supporter in that list.
Honestly, yeah. Just being a Carmine heavy list for honestly not a lot of supporters though, which is like a little sus, but they also play Palpad, so it's probably fine. 4 Carmine, 2 Boss, and the Briar. I like that there's no Iono. I think like people are too focused on adding an Iono in every list, no matter what. Like you have like I think there's this like preconceived notion like you have to play Iono. And I don't think that's necessarily true.
there are a ton of really good supporters out there. I could honestly even see like the argument for adding in a Mela.
What does Mela do? Remind me.
Take a fire energy out of your discard and attach it to one of your Pokemon in play.
That could be good. I could see that.
I could see that. I could see that because like you can play like a Chi-Yu at that point.
Yeah. I think Chi-Yu could be really good in this deck as well.
Chi-Yu's gonna be good. Chi-Yu could be good. There's a new Moltres that's coming out that could be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
one,
options.
I think also the main issue I think I would have with this deck in the mega format is the fact that I have to run 20 energy. And like, I mean, we see it with like Miraidon. You know, like how often do we just start like one Pokemon 6 energy? And that's in a deck that only runs like 16 energy. We're increasing that to 20. And like, yeah, we do have like Max Carmine, like we have a Squawk. We have 4 Nest, we have 4 Ultra, but like if you just get that terrible like starting hand, you just can't do anything.
If it's like Charcadet 6 energy.
Yeah, or like Lunatone, Bundle, Fez.
Bundle actually kind of goes hard in that deck.
Yeah, Bundle's really good. I definitely love the Bundle. I also like the use of Jet. I think this is a deck that really can utilize Jet in a really good way.
Yeah.
I kind of wish the Lunatone or the Soul Rock had free retreat. I think that would make it so much better. Just to have like the pivot option.
You know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's definitely
Can't
fair.
have it all. I could see making room for like a Budu to like have a free retreater.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate Budu just to like give you time to play the game.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is a deck that a lot of times just gets ran off the table. Whereas like if they kind of can get some time to set up before they get like just too in the hole, I think then like this deck can actually like make some really cool stuff happen. But it's just like a turbo deck that needs to like make the game longer, which just feels really weird right now.
Yeah, I don't think it really works in the format right now.
Yeah, especially with like, I mean, I don't think mega format changes a ton. I think like the top 5 or 6 decks will still be the top 5 or 6 decks.
I would agree. Unfortunately, agree.
Yeah, it is what it is. It is, kind of something we've been dealing with in the game for the last like probably year since like Stellar Crown. Like just the same decks continue to be really good between like Dragapult, Bolt, Gardevoir, Goldango a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, Goldango's evolved probably the most of all those, but yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like if we looked at like tier lists from like Louisville, like Bolt was really good. Terrabox was like it wasn't Terrabox yet, it was more like the Terrapagos.
Yeah.
But like
it was like Tinky Turtle or like Tinky Ghosts or like Turtle Ghosts.
Yeah. It was like Terrapagos, really Dusknoir, and like you played Owls. So it was a Terra attacker with Owls. Cool.
I don't think Crispin was out yet, was it? No, Crispin wasn't out yet.
I don't believe so. Yeah, I believe it was a Surging Sparks card.
It was. I'm looking at it right now.
It was Stellar Crown.
Was it Stellar Crown?
It is Stellar Crown. SCR-133. Yeah, I mean, I guess like Crispin worked in that deck. But
Tord
we do
was
have
on the deck for a long time.
Yeah, Tord was. I remember that. He was really into that deck, and he was. He had some. I think he had like some good results with it. To be fair.
Yeah, he had decent results with it.
Yeah, but we do have Thad coming up this weekend. The first regional of the 2026 Pokemon season. I believe this weekend is, what is it, Monterey?
Monterey and Frankfurt.
Frankfurt. I remember. I knew there were two. I just couldn't remember. Yeah, Monterey and
Where?
Frankfurt, and yeah, and then next weekend Pittsburgh, which I will be at. Super excited about that. And then I think after that, I think everyone just kind of pivots to Mega Evolutions.
Yeah, no. After Pittsburgh, it's all mega based at that point.
All Mega, all the time.
So you guys got some time to get your singles game going.
Yeah, for sure, And I do think in a couple weeks, I think we'll do like kind of like our buy list and like what we think are like the cards to get.
Yeah.
But what we do have this weekend with Monterey and Frankfurt, we wanted to tier list kind of our thoughts on the list and like just like the deck in general or the meta in general, excuse me. So we have what we kind of think is like the top 10, the top like 9 or 10 decks. And then I think it'd be really cool to like go back and look like next week before Pittsburgh and be like, how close were we? Right? Like, were we off? What were we off on? Like, what decks underperformed? What decks overperformed? So
Yeah, it'd
I'm
be
gonna,
interesting to see.
yeah, I think it'd be really cool to see like which decks like pop off, which decks don't. But the first deck, and these are in like no order. This is just a completely random order. Marnie's Grimmsnarl. We have a local player, Dylan, who is obsessed with Grimmsnarl.
Just absolutely obsessed.
Just like he is to Grim what I am to Bolt. And I honestly, and I'm thinking about this from like how many people, like what meta percentage will this get? Not so much how well positioned is this to win the tournament. I think Grim is not in a good spot, personally.
Grim is probably in the worst spot.
Yeah, it just
possible.
seems like it doesn't really beat a lot of things. I don't know. I think
You're
like
only
I think
really
a good
good in a
Bolt
Guardy.
beats it. Yeah, like Guardy is a really good matchup. I don't think you beat Bolt. I think if you don't pop off, you don't beat Joltik. Do you beat Polt? Does that have a good Polt matchup? I feel like maybe.
No.
I guess
You can't spread enough damage.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I guess it depends because they can also like Devo.
You get to do that. But what I mean is like you need to like Devo onto 3 Pokemon.
Yeah, that's fair. It is not an easy play unless you just have like the natty secret box on like turn 1, which like I feel like if you're relying on that, you're not gonna have a good day.
And you're both gonna be item locking each other.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, at that point, it's like who item locks first probably has like a major implication on the game. But I think overall,
item locks first definitely has the upswing.
I gotta put this deck in D tier. I do.
I would be okay with D tier. The only thing is you do, depending on what you're teching for, your Bolt matchup isn't always always isn't the worst. Your Charizard matchup is actually not bad.
Yeah, just because I do have a lot of like that deck is almost entirely abilities. So like Frostlass can just do a lot of work.
So like you don't take that many. Like it overall, like if I had to like give like a percentage of the meta, like it's like a 45-55 deck. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like if you took all of the percentages and like average it out, you're probably just slightly unfavored into the entire meta, with just a couple glaring weaknesses. You cannot beat Goldango. There's no route to beating Goldango.
Yeah, I don't.
You lose that
matchup. I don't know how you beat that.
You lose that matchup almost 100% of the time. Outside of your Dango matchup, everything else doesn't feel too bad. Like everything else feels like pretty 45-55. So I would be willing to put C tier.
I think C is fair. I just don't think this deck is in a good
hate
spot.
the deck.
Yeah, like Honestly, same.
Like personally, I hate it, but like I think I think it is in a bad spot. However, you can do really well with it.
Yeah, for sure.
There is some serious upside to it.
Yeah, 100%. Up next, the reigning world champion, Gardevoir EX. It has won the last 2 majors we've had between NAIC and Worlds. I think this deck is A. I think it could very well win the tournament just because like Guardia is just that good. I don't think it will be a heavy play.
I'm okay with.
I think it'll be like 4th place, 5th place on like the meta. On like the day one like meta bar graph we're gonna end up seeing.
I mean, are we ranking these based off of like
For the tier list? Yeah, I'm mostly just thinking like, what do I expect the meta to look like day one?
yeah, I mean, Guardy, I think is probably B tier then because Goldango just eat your breakfast, and Django is even worse.
Yeah, you also lose to Grim, which like I know
Yeah.
isn't a huge portion, but it's also not a non-zero amount. The same with Charizard.
You could definitely skill diff your way through day one for sure,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the
Yeah, I
percentage
think B.
play
I
is
think
going
it's
to be
like
still low.
I'm gonna put it at the top of B. I think it's like a low A, top like high B.
And like if you're playing it to Pittsburgh, you have to play Jellison. There's no way around it.
Yeah, I think Jellicent is the best way to play the deck, but it's also the most inconsistent way to play the deck.
It makes it inconsistent, and it makes everything but your Dango matchup worse.
I think also one thing I'm actually really curious, and this is more for like me in Pittsburgh than like this regional, because if you're not at the regional, there's not really a good way to tell this. But what percentage of games are going to finish in 50 minutes? Because this is the new time rules where you get 50 minutes plus 1 turn with a maximum time of 10 minutes. So we'll definitely have to see like how that impacts everything. And I don't think it will make the day better. I think it'll make it shorter, but not better. If that makes sense. I do think the new time rules will have a negative impact on people's experience in the game at regionals. And I think honestly, like, I think a lot of people, if you can't play like the slow stage 2 deck very fast, you probably shouldn't play to a regional. Just because like you will not finish games. And then you'll have to, if you're not going to be fast, then you're going to have to win game 1 all day. And if you don't win game 1, you're either tying or losing. And once you get your after your first tie, a tie's a loss. Like you get one like mulligan tie, I feel like.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But I think B is totally fair for Guardy. I think like it's again like 4th place, 5th place deck.
I'm sorry, I've never seen this before, but I was like sifting through some of the Trainer Hill data while we were talking about this.
Sure.
Dude, Guardy into that's why, because it only has one. Guardy into Joltik box is 100% matchup.
That had to be like one matchup. Like one.
It literally was one matchup.
Yeah, or it's like 1-0, 2-0, like something like the when it's like that high, I'm just like, all right, there's some weird data happening here. Was that at Worlds, or is that like
this is just going off of limitless data?
Okay.
Which is kind of crazy that it's
Yeah, it's kind of weird like there's so few of that matchup because those are both I feel like good decks or like high play decks. Like they're decks you expect to see at a tournament.
Yeah.
But moving on, another stage 2 deck, Charizard. I think this deck will be either the bottom of the, like I think it's in like a 5 to 7 range as far as like total like placement in decks. I think Total meta percentage, maybe 7%, if that. I just don't think it's that good right now. I think
Yeah.
there's going to be a lot of Dragapult, which is really hard for Zard. Like a good Pult player will never lose to Charizard.
No.
It's just such
Yeah,
a
I mean,
they have such a
Charizard's
good way to manipulate like the prize
Charizard
trade.
Pidgeot spread is not good.
No, yeah, it takes you got to really just
Your
masterfully navigate that.
your best matchups are Guardy Flareon, the Guardy variants Flareon, and
We're running out of good matchups.
Golden Go. Straight up Golden Go, not Django.
Yeah, that's fair.
Those are your only
Um,
favorables.
yeah,
So say
I think it's like
it
bottom
is
of
what
B.
I would put that in C tier.
Okay, I'll agree with that.
I
Uh,
mean, yeah, it's tough. That's definitely to me. It's a C tier.
yeah, it's just there's a lot of Dragapult right now, especially like, and like maybe that's like me just like reading too much on like my locals, but like the League Cups I've been going to, it's a lot of Dragapult. Like you look around you and all you see is Phantom Dive. And like
Because everyone thinks that
cool
they're
because
really good.
I've learned everything about that matchup at this point. Holy crap. Like I don't know if there's a scenario I haven't seen.
It's fair.
Like one because I've just been playing the deck so long, but two just because like everyone is playing it right now. It's like, all right, y'all. Hey, you can play more than one deck. You don't have to play the same deck all the time. But I would never tell anyone that because I always play different decks, notoriously.
Oh yeah, notoriously.
Up next, we have Goldango. And I'm going to view all Dango archetypes in the same boat. So the straight Dango, Dango with the Wonder Kiss, Togekiss, and Django. Because I feel like that's more of a Goldango deck.
I don't know. That's tough.
Actually,
Call.
I think that's more of a Joltik deck, actually.
It is definitely more of a Joltik deck because you rely on that Joltik setup to
Yeah.
get energy in play.
Yeah, and the Goldango I think is really more just like the end game do
Draw
a billion
support.
damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Also the draw support. In a deck that doesn't draw a ton. It makes sense.
Yeah.
I think this is actually S tier. I think this is gonna be the number one deck played.
Yeah. I think so. I think you take basically a lot of 50-50s and everything but the control archetypes.
Yeah. And like,
Typhlosion.
control is yeah, I think Typhlosion is kind of like settled where it belongs, which is off the tier list.
Yeah.
I have been referring to Typhlosion as Pylosion.
It's just a pile.
Yeah, I just don't think it's good. Honestly, like I think in a room that is like 70% Goldango, it's really good. Into any other room, it's really bad.
It's just incredibly mid.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but I think like as far as like overall metagame, I think like Goldango is just gonna be number one. Like it's what we saw at Worlds, and I don't see any reason why we wouldn't see that continue.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone's locals other than ours are just filled with Dango propaganda.
Yeah, I'm sure. Up next, our first Noctowl deck, Eevee Box. I think this deck is bad.
I think it is a really good play. However, the deck is very inconsistent.
Yeah, that is 100% true.
And it's just because you're doing like three things at the same time.
Yeah.
Your Flareon Eevee deck, sure. You're also now a Wellspring deck. And you're also a like anti-dragon deck with the Clefairy stuff.
Yeah, it just seems like a deck that doesn't know what it wants to be. And it's just
It
like
is
trying to run
literally,
everything
yeah, it's a little bit of everything, and it kind of works. It
most of
works
the
about
time.
60. It
Yeah.
works about 66% of the time.
Yeah.
It very
Which
much
like
reminds me of Lugia in that way, where it's like if it sets up, it's fucking you can't stop it.
yeah, I think that's most owl decks to be fair.
Yeah, go first, start fan rotom,
Win game. Yeah, for sure.
win game. Yeah,
Yeah, I just think of the owl decks, I think this is the worst. I think this is if I'm like
definitely.
ranking owl decks, this is number 3.
To me, it's number 2, but the only reason is because it has such a powerful upside for hitting for so many different weaknesses. You have the
That's fair. Yeah.
anti-snarl technology with Leafeon,
Yeah.
just healing your whole board and taking knockout after knockout.
Yeah, I think it has like the classic toolbox issue of like lacking consistency because there's so many things for every matchup ever.
Yeah, which I think is it's like it's both a good and a bad thing.
Yeah, for sure. I think as far as like where I would place this, it feels like it's in that Charizard realm.
It does. It feels like it's Charizard. I would almost say it's D tier, but again, just the power upside of it.
Yeah, I think this deck will be like a like 7
It's
through
also gonna
9.
be a it's also gonna be a really small meta percentage, like maybe like
Yeah, I
2%.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I think it's like somewhere in that like if you're lucky you get to 4 or 5. But yeah, I think
Yeah,
there's just not that many people playing it, and I think there's a really good reason for that. I mean, it has not. I don't. Has it gotten a top 8 at any event? I
I
think it
think it
got a
did.
couple. Uh, didn't wasn't there like 1 or 2 at like NAIC or like Portland?
I think it made bubble. Yes,
Okay.
it bubbled at AIC,
Okay.
right? Stats there. Uh, I really have to know. Yes, it just made the bubble. So
Okay.
13th, the cutoff was 15th.
Okay. So just lost the ASIM match, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think C tier is fair. I think again, it's just the least good. I don't want to say it's bad. It's just the worst positioned owl deck
Yes.
because it's a
I would
deck
agree.
that needs the most every turn.
I would, yeah, I would 100% agree.
Yeah. Up next is Miraidon, Joltik, electric stuff. It's really weird because I feel like if you're ever in a locals that has Jesse Parker, there is always going to be Miraidon prop everywhere.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And like I in conversations I've had with Jesse, this man is so confident in this deck. I truly envy it. Like the amount of like this deck is really good. And
I
the
wish I
list
could
he
live in that
currently
world.
has, which I'm not going to say anything about it because I know he's keeping it very secret. Um, it's got some spice. It's got some heat. There's definitely some stuff in there that is very good and can be very very game changing.
Yo, I heard he's playing Nest Ball.
Damn, you weren't supposed to leak that. Don't leak that he plays Electric Generator.
Bro, I would never. I would never leak that he plays Ultra Ball.
But also in this archetype, we have also the Joltik decks between like the traditional Joltik box, also known as Cran box, which I actually a few weeks ago I took 2 locals. I bought a 32 pack of crayons which is about the same size as an Ultra Pro deck box, which is really funny. I went to like 3 different Walmarts the night before our locals because someone sent me like a tweet someone had sent that like a deck fits in a 32 box of crayons perfectly, and I was like, oh, you just gave me an idea for a meme. I need to run with this right now. And I was like in the middle of a Limitless tournament. I went like 2-1 drop just to go to Walmart and hunt down crayon boxes.
That might be the most autistic thing I've ever heard in my life.
It was absolutely, it was so worth it. Going to like 3 Walmarts and it was also really hard to find because 32 is a very odd number of crayons. But if you needed 24, they got it. And it was also like back to school week. So like half the shelves were just like straight up 24 packs of crayons, just as far as the eye can see. And then there's like a singular hanger on a shelf for 32s.
Incredible.
It was crazy. Yeah. But I think this deck is really well positioned right now if you dodge bolts. As a bolt main, the only times I have lost to a Joltik box in the last 2 months has been when I went to a cup where top 8 started at 11 p.m. and I Noctowled without a Terra down. So like there's really nothing you can do at that point. You're just like, okay, I'm dumb. And then I had to drop the teal mask, which of course was in my hand. And then I had to Ultra Ball for my other Noctowl. So, not ideal.
Fries and bag.
Yeah, literally. It was just like go game 3 and then I won. And the other one was classic Bolt No Play Fan Rotom turn 1. Yeah, I just got... it's essentially a donk at that point.
Yeah.
I didn't start Rotom, and he had like Joltik start. He had like Joltik, he had like a natural Joltik Miraidon, and then he just like went like hands, Pikachu, load. Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was very bad. Yeah. But I think this deck is in like the A tier.
You really think that deck is in the A tier?
I do. I think as far as like how many people will play it, yeah, for sure. I think a lot of people are just going to be like, I'm going to play the biggest, dumbest turbo deck I can think of. And just like not blow you off the board.
I mean, yeah.
I think it's
That's
number
fair.
2 or 3. I think it's going to be like the top turbo deck. Which I don't know. Is Goldango a turbo deck?
No, but Bolt is.
I think there will be more Joltik than Bolt.
I think that's crazy.
Are
you considering Django in that?
Yeah. Django and Joltik box and Miraidon, which I don't think we're really caring about Miraidon, but like Joltik box and Django.
I mean, sure.
You know, like I just think Joltik decks will be around 15%.
I mean, that's fair.
You know, I don't think it's good. Like, this is not me saying it's a good deck or it's well positioned right now. I just think people are going to play it because it is dumb and easy to figure out. Like, you do one thing.
That is also fair. Very true, actually.
Yeah, so I'm going to put that in the A tier. Up next, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, what a guy. Raging Bolt EX. I mean, wow, look at the aura. Look at the aura.
My
Bellowing
God.
thunder. Oh, just bellowing. It's thunderous. It's my boy. Man, I'm going to actually need like a week to myself in April. I'm just going to lock myself in a room and we're going to cry it out together. Just be like, oh, why did you leave me?
My God.
No, honestly, I think this deck is, I mean, I can't say enough good things about Raging Bolt. Dodge Guardy win tournament. I'll be honest. If this deck dodges Guardy, it wins the tournament. Like there's nothing that is under 50-50.
I mean, there are a lot of under 50-50s.
For Bolt?
Straight Bolt.
I don't think there's gonna be that much straight Bolt. I think it's gonna be mostly Bolt Nor.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be that much, but straight Bolt is under 50-50. Bolt Zard under 50-50.
I don't think it
is. EV Box.
Typhlosion doesn't exist. I think EV Box is a 50-50.
And
I think any owl deck is 50-50 into every other owl deck. And it's go first, win game.
Apparently into Terra Box, it is only a 39% win percentage.
I wish we knew who went first.
Like, I mean, it's 48, 73, and 5. Which is kind of crazy.
I don't think it's that. I think it's a 50-50.
I mean, maybe because people are cutting Slither.
If you're cutting Slither, you're trying to lose. I'm saying it.
I mean, like,
people cutting Slither is insane to me. Like, I don't understand it. I've always thought Slither was really good. Like, if you expect Pikachu's in the room and you're not running Slither Wing, I don't know what you're doing. Like, it's insane to me that you're not playing Slither.
I mean, let's take a look. Slither is, dude, that is crazy.
How low is it? What's the percentage?
50.
They just fraud
50%.
I'm throwing the boy in A tier. I'm throwing him in A tier. I don't think he's S tier, but I think he's definitely A tier.
No,
which I love when Bolt's A tier. I love when Bolt's a good play, but it's not the play.
I think if you play Slither, your win percentage goes up quite significantly.
Yeah.
I think if you play,
I would say with Slither, it is slightly favored. Like a 55.
Into Terra Box.
Yeah. Just because I think a lot of Terra Boxes will try and farm Pikachu. And just like, because if their Pikachu takes 2 knockouts, they're winning the game. More than likely.
Yeah.
Because at that point, they're probably not punching another Terra. Or if they are, I don't know. It's probably because they started like Wellspring or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Bolt A tier is fine. Actually, I'll say that for the end after we rank all of them. I'll give like my top 5 for like what I expect to be like the top like 1 through 5 decks. Up next though, speaking of Terra Box. I think this deck is sneakily good right now.
Yeah, I think
the Wellspring Torrential Pump Attack is so good. Like, it's just broken Greninja.
It's easier to set up Greninja.
Yeah, it's a Crispin and a Sparkling Crystal Greninja. And you have the Retreat Lock Sob attack, so like if you need to buy time late game you can.
Yeah. I think it's a sneaky good play. I think the Alex Szymanski list is probably one of the better lists that are out there right now. I think
the Alex Szymanski list is almost perfect. Like, I think it's a phenomenal starting point.
Yeah, and I mean, not too many people are playing that 60. I think one of our buddies is. And he's been seeing a heck of a lot of success with it. I mean, you have favorables into every Bolt variant, almost into every Guardy variant. Dango is favorable.
Yeah, for sure.
The only non-favorable thing you have is Joltik Box. And that's just because it's a better Pikachu.
Yeah. Yeah, they just utilize Pikachu better.
Yeah.
Which makes sense why, like, at least locally, our buddy has been seeing a lot of success with it. Just because there's almost no Joltik. Because I don't know why, but people play Bolt a lot in our area. I can't think of any reason. like why people would play
Sure.
Bolt a lot.
It's your playmat. That's why.
Oh my god, I love
playmat.
that playmat.
Your
For those who
playmat
don't know, I
propaganda.
have a the Yoda meme where like Yoda's like Darth Vader, like Palpatine.
It's Kermit the Frog is Yoda.
Kermit? Yeah, I'm dumb. Yeah. It's Kermit as Palpatine with like the hood. And then at the bottom it just says play Bolt. It is
Incredible.
honestly, I've gotten a lot of compliments on it, and like a lot of people just like laugh when they see it.
That's it. That's the thumb.
The Yoda mat? Or it's Kermit mat?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just made the thumb right there. There you go. You're welcome.
There's the thumb. What a thumb.
Oh my god.
I think this is a B tier deck though. I think it's like right there with like Guardy.
I would
I don't
go
know if
A
it'll
tier.
be
If I'm being completely honest.
all right. We can go A with that. That's fine.
I think that you just kind of farm two of the best archetypes in the meta right now, which is Golden Go and Dragapult.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
And
I think
you don't really have that many your unfavorables are just matchups that you don't care about anyway.
yeah, mostly. That's fair.
Like if you're really gonna be worried about Joltik Box,
Sure.
I think you got other problems.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you just like take the bad Joltik box matchup and just like keep moving.
Yeah.
Honestly. But the last deck we have to rank is Dragapult. I honestly am putting this deck in D tier.
Dragapult?
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I think this deck's actually S tier. I think it's gonna be a heavy play. And it kind of just like has 50-50s everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just like it doesn't lose hard to anything, and it doesn't auto win anything. It's just a deck that like if you're playing well with that deck, like you will just always find a way to take 6 prizes, and they've taken 5. Just like consistently.
Literally the problem I have against playing that deck is just
It's always like for me, it's always the first Phantom Dive, because usually you're like bolts at like 3, 4 if they've been able to stick you, or if they've just like been able to like have the nuts. And they're gonna Iona you to 3, and after that Phantom Dive, are you gonna be able to draw out of it and knock out the Dragapult? If you knock out that Dragapult, you win the game.
Yeah, I mean, if you can like dump a bunch of energy in play, like if you can just have like 2 Teal Masks with 2 energy each, going into that turn where you have to just build up a bolt again.
Yeah,
I mean, you might be you're chilling, you win that, but man, you have to be all get. You break out for a turn and it's Jover.
Okay. Your camera cut out for a second, so say that again.
I said, hey, is it okay?
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay. I said that literally it is Jover if you do not go full gas the entire time.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying Judge in Bolt lately. And I think Judge is so bad in that matchup. Because after turn 1, after turn 1, they're gonna have recons. So like they're gonna draw out of it. And it's like Judge feels like a 50-50 brick. Like if you play it in like Bolt or something, one of you is gonna brick and one of you is gonna draw out of it. And like I mainly play it for like Charizard and Goldango, just to like make them have it. Because like you play it before they've been able to establish their onboard draw engine of like Pidgeot or Goldango. And you just like be like, all right, have it with those 5 cards. No?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna Noctowl now.
Yeah, Judge is not good against Pulse. It's a fraudulent card.
Yeah. I think this is an S tier deck. In all honesty.
Yeah.
I think it's right there with Dango. Yeah, I think this deck is really strong right now Because, like, again, you just don't lose to anything. Like, you just put yourself in a position to win, and then it comes down to, do you win? Which I
Yeah, I
feel
mean,
like is why people are so attracted to it. Because it's like, I'm going to win or lose off my own ability.
yeah, 100%. It is definitely one of the more. It's probably the most skill intensive deck in the format right now.
Yeah.
Like skill expression is very important in that.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
mean, I wouldn't even. I would say at this point, Guardy is not that skill intensive. It's just like,
It's very turbo-y right now.
can I turn to, or can I turn one going second, Evo into 2 Curlias?
Yeah.
Dot
Honestly.
simulator.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah. But that is our tier list. I think just like giving my top 5 for Monterey. Dango 1, Pult 2. Um, I think Bolt will be 3rd. And then 4 and 5 will be Django and then regular Joltic Box. But I think those two combined will have more than Bolt.
You see, I'm gonna very much differ from you on this. I think
Okay.
it's gonna be 1 Dango, 2 Pult. Very close. I would say maybe like 5 points difference.
How much
Um,
Dango do you think there will be?
how much Dango do I think there would
Yeah,
be?
like what's the day 1 percentage?
Day 1 percentage. I want to go 24%.
I think it's higher. I'm honestly leaning towards 30.
Nah. I think it
I think
well,
there'll
I
be
think
a
it
lot.
depends if they put Django in that same category. It depends how they classify Django.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, but I think we both agree like Dango either way will be a very heavy play for the rest of this format.
Yeah. But I think it'll go Dango, Pult, uh Bolt, Guardy. I think Guardy's actually gonna be a pretty high percentage play.
Okay.
And this is my call. Call my shot right here.
Calling the shot. Pointing to the
On the
stands.
shot. And Zoroark.
That's insane.
Listen,
Ends
I
Zoroark.
there have been a few lists popping up that like the Gabriel's lists have been popping up more and more in online tournaments.
Uh-huh. So we're using limitless tournaments as our measuring stick here.
I'm just saying.
I'm also just saying that's crazy that we're using limitless tournaments as our measuring stick.
I normally wouldn't because like Palafin made top cut at like a pretty big tournament.
Bro, do not
Not
say
too.
Palafin again. There is a
No,
local player in our area who this man is obsessed with Palafin.
no, but actually it made like top cut at a tournament, an
Okay.
online tournament.
Remember when Quad Thorns won Worlds?
Shit happens.
Mm-hmm. Confirmed. Shit indeed does happen.
I mean, I'm gonna go on a limb and just say that people have been holding their Zoroark lists close to the chest.
I would too. If I was playing Zoroark, I wouldn't want people to know I'm playing Zoroark. I agree with that.
I guess if it's my thing is if it's not Zoroark, it's some sort of control variant
Mm-hmm.
like Crustle or Walls. Just because Crustle, they're just so easy to play. There's like no thought to it. You're just saying no, just various different ways.
Yeah.
So I could see Crustle getting up there in play percentage.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's fair. I don't know. We'll have to see. But that is all we have this week on the PokeStop Podcast. I appreciate everyone for watching. As always, make sure to like, subscribe, and let us know what you think of our tier list. You think Zoroark will be the #1 play this weekend in Monterey?
I'm telling you.
Either way, we will see you again next week for another episode of the PokeStop Podcast. See ya.
Later.